PodAskew Podcast is a proud member of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network.
PodAskew Podcast 2.0. I am CJ, and with me, as always, is my hetero late mate Rico. What's up, man?
What's up, dude? 2.0. 2.0. We get a fucking upgrade?
Yes, we did. We have new equipment, and that's why you're not getting a full episode this week.
I thought for a split second we were like, this is the PodAskew, the sequel.
The sequel?
The one no one wanted.
Yeah, if we're doing a sequel, I'm recasting the co-host role. I'm just saying.
Oh, who's going to replace you?
Ha ha ha! Fucking funny ass.
Fucking funny ass. Yes, that is probably the best way to describe the show. Fucking funny ass.
Oh man, dude, this has been a fucking battle of technology. You have no idea what I've been through with this thing.
No, I do. The others don't. Why don't you explain what the fuck has been going on?
I don't know if I want to get into all the...
You've been playing Mad Scientist.
Well, yeah, something like that.
Especially the mad.
Yeah, the mad part for sure. I don't know if I want to get into all the details, only because I think it'll bore people. But we got new sound equipment and a new computer for recording, and as such, we got a new computer for streaming, and as such, got a new computer for recording because the old streaming became the new recording, which hopefully will give me some new tricks and things I can do with the editing process, which is primarily why we wanted to do that. It's going to hopefully simplify the editing process for me when we do this, but it also came with a whole bunch of new challenges to get you and I to be able to connect. So,
like actually being able to speak to each other.
And hear each other. Yeah, because you could hear me at one point, or I could hear you, but we couldn't hear each other, and then...
Right.
The recording computer didn't hear us, and
I was hearing you have a fucking meltdown a couple times, and I was trying to like talk and be like, CJ, I can hear you. Can you hear me? CJ, can you hear me? And you're just like, fuck, shit,
motherfucking piece of shit, fucking whore. Yeah, it was.
And
bad.
I am laughing my ass off, and you couldn't hear it.
I'm kind of glad I couldn't, because I probably would have only made me more angry, to be honest with you.
No, I know. And I was like making jingles up. I was like making up songs like to classic tunes, and like CJ fucked up.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
It was more of like, CJ, can you hear me? Stop fucking around with technology.
But we got it sorted out. I'm not sure how we're going to sound to our listeners, so that to you guys, to our PodAskew faithful, which basically means Jay.
Yeah, Jay, how do we sound? Do we sound better or worse?
Right. No, but we have more than just Jay. There's Smoke and them and all those guys too. So yeah, if you tell us how it sounds, like hopefully, ideally we don't sound any different. But if
no, ideally we'll sound better.
Well, but, true, but yeah, okay. Let's
low expectations. We just sound exactly the same, but and we mean like, how do we sound, like, in terms of quality and new equipment. Don't say you guys sound like shit like always, fuckers. Come up with some material.
And we're aware of that. That's a given. So
one of us is.
So, but it's
I didn't
funny.
Specify which.
It's funny though, because we're in this quarantine situation because of the COVID-19, and everyone we are part, but I primarily do all the communication. I'm part of 4 different podcast servers on Discord, and all of them, or a lot of the shows on there, are scrambling to figure out how to do exactly what we do, because normally they get together to record. So now they're trying to figure out how to do what we do every week. We've been doing for almost 2 years now, where we just sit on a computer and talk to each other and do this. And so it's been kind of interesting because I've been able to, in some ways, help. Despite all our technological issues we were having, the root concept didn't change. So I was able to help by, conveying how the root concept works. But and then we started having technological issues,
Right.
So the good news is we sorted it out. Here we are. You guys can hear us, hopefully. And it's not going to be a full-length typical PodAskew episode, but we figured we'd come on and at least let you guys know we're still here.
Right. We're here. We can't fucking leave the house. That's how we know we're here.
Yeah, exactly. We can't go anywhere. Thank God for Amazon, or I wouldn't have any of the new equipment.
Yeah. I got some shit mailed to me as well.
Oh yeah, what'd you get?
Steph and I, so to peek behind the curtain, I guess it'll be a spoiler because I can't say what I got in the mail without spoiling what the future episode's going to be. But at some point, we are going to be doing a Harry Potter deep dive. And because I knew that, we were going to be like, well, fuck. I mean, I'll watch the movies, obviously, but like, it's been kind of a long time since I've read the books. And I know I've got them all. And then we asked my mom if they were in the garage, and we went through some boxes, and we found books 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I was missing 1 and 7, the beginning and the last.
Okay.
So I know they're somewhere because I own them.
Right.
But so I said, you know what? Fuck it, dude. I'm just gonna buy 1 and 7 online, have them mailed to me, so I could start rereading them with Stephanie, and actually, I want to give this website a fucking shout out, dude. I didn't get it on Amazon. I got it off of this website called thriftbooks.com.
Okay.
Like, I'm plugging the shit out of it, and they're not paying me. They don't know who I am. They're not this is just because I believe in their site and their service.
Right.
And what it is exactly what it sounds like. It's a thrift bookstore online, and it's called Thrift Books. And I saw a meme of this. And this person said, I just got $66.90 worth of books for $19.93, which is like $5. And the biggest thing for it is that it also has textbooks, like school books.
Okay.
So it's a real fucking lifesaver for students to buy shit.
It's actually what Amazon started off as. Amazon started off as a bookstore.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks now.
Well, I like it. I use it a lot. But anyway, that's...
I like it, and let me reiterate. I don't dislike what Amazon is doing for us. We're able to get most of anything. I know people who just do their grocery shopping through Amazon.
Yep, I know.
But I have to say I'm not a fan of the CEO.
Yeah, Bezos has his issues, but that's another conversation.
Right. So anyways, thrift books. If you want like cheap ass books, I mean, I think I bought both books and it was like less than $10.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Now, did you get the big hardback fuckers or the small paperback ones?
Interestingly enough, for book 7, we got the British version.
Now, what's that mean?
It means all the have you ever read the Harry Potter books?
No.
Okay. The majority, there's multiple versions, like in multiple languages, but there is a British version and there's an American version, which most kids in America have read.
Sure.
And you've seen the covers are the more stereotypical, like the more well-known artist covers of it.
Okay.
Like, for example, in Deathly Hallows, which is book 7, which is what I'm talking about, the American edition shows like sort of an orangey like layout and Harry kind of brandishing his wand and like holding his other hand. Like he almost looks like he's fencing in a weird way, and there's sort of silhouettes of hooded black figures around him. And in the British version, the cover art is Ron, Hermione, and Harry in the Green God's vault, surrounded by treasure, trying to get the cup.
Okay.
Trying to get the horse.
Yeah.
So it's very different. But it's not just obviously the design, it's also the language. And I haven't deep dove into it, but apparently the British versions feature more British slang and phrasing. And, like, instead of saying we went to the bathroom, we went to the loo.
Right.
You know,
so
it's for the British people.
To a degree, and I mean this as positively as I can say it for the person that I'm referring to, but it's like reading one of Jay's letters, because her letters, while Australian, are British based, and so
right.
So she spells realize with an S instead of a Z and things like that, and that's not a criticism; it's just a point of fact. But
humor with OU instead of just O.
Right, stuff like that. You know. Eddie Izzard has a great joke about that in Dress to Kill. Do you ever see that stand up?
Yeah.
Where he's talking?
Remember.
What's that? I
don't remember, but I know I've seen it.
He has a joke about British words versus American words, and like, you know, he talks about, you know, we pronounce it aluminum and they pronounce it aluminium. And then the end of the joke is you say herbs and we say herbs because there's a fucking H in it, you know. Stuff like that.
But then, I know, it's a good joke, and he's right, but then, like, they'll drop H's, like, and it's frequently for, like, Yorkshire Cockney accents and shit.
Yeah.
You know, what do you do? I'm an odd carrier. You're a what? Odd carrier. Like, a hod carrier, you mean? What? It's almost like the opposite of a Boston accent.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So it's just an interesting thing, and of course Eddie was just doing it for jokes. I thought you'd have that one committed to memory since it's in San Francisco, but
I think I've got it on VHS.
I have it on DVD. It's
been a while since I've seen any Eddie Izzard, although I do like Eddie Izzard in general. But he was great on a show that I really liked called The United States of Terror, which I have talked about.
I haven't seen that. I always liked him when he showed up on, like, Whose Line Is It Anyway? Things like that, because he'd show up on the British version of that.
Right. United States of Terror is with Toni Collette. Muriel.
Oh, you have talked about it. Yeah. I've still never seen it, but I do remember you talking about it.
He plays a shrink who doesn't believe that her condition exists. Her condition is multiple personalities.
Gotcha.
And he's been like...
It's an anti... oh, fuck. I just blanked on the name of it. The movie with... Jesus Christ, did I lose all my brain cells? The guy who plays Xavier in the newer X-Men's, McAvoy. And what's that movie? Split.
Split?
Yeah.
It's an anti that?
Well, because I feel like... Well, no, I guess the doctors still believe that he had the split personalities, but...
Well, in both versions, they do have the multiple personalities. That whether the doctors agree or not is
right
irrelevant. They do have that fucking issue. Both are led by trauma, which is, you know, because I saw the movie Glass, which deep dives more into.
I need to see that still. I heard it wasn't great though.
You know, here's the thing: Unbreakable and Split are some of the few really good M. Night films. They're very underrated, especially Unbreakable. Because Unbreakable is what if the guy who did The Sixth Sense made a superhero movie. Right. And it's exactly what you think.
Yeah.
It is dark. It is moody.
I've seen it. I've seen Unbreakable. Yeah.
Right. And you get a really fantastic performance by Bruce Willis. And then Split came along and there were eagle-eye, fans like me of Unbreakable that were looking at Split and be like, I bet this is a secret sequel. And we were right. There's a scene at the very end, during the credits, a bonus credit scene.
Yeah.
Where it reveals it is part of the Unbreakable world.
Right.
And so, of course, we're like, oh, fuck, there's gotta be a third one. To see Bruce Willis go up against McAvoy would be fucking amazing. You know, someone who's known for being bald and then someone who's also known for playing a bald character just going up against each other. That'd be awesome. And then we get Glass, which I'm not going to ruin the film for you, but I
just heard it was a letdown compared to what you get.
It was a bit of a letdown. I have more of an interesting experience going to see the movie because I almost got in a fist fight when Steph and I went to...
You told that story.
Yeah.
When you went, you told that story.
So I felt that was sort of like I saw the ending and I saw the, ultimately I just missed like kind of the quote unquote major fight scene, but it was just different in a bad way. I didn't really fully appreciate. I think time will tell maybe on that one, but I don't know.
Who knows? While we're doing shout outs though, since you did that shout out for the book place, right? Mm-hmm. I do want to send a shout out to a guy named Dave Soda. I'm sure that's not his real name, but I only know that name for him. He's on the Best Friends podcast server that we're on Discord. When we were having the technical issues we were having with the new equipment, I sent out basically an SOS to the world going, help, because something's not right and I don't know what I'm doing. And Rico, as you referenced earlier, I was just getting more and more angry as time was going on. Mm-hmm. So I needed help. And this guy reached back out and spent close to 4 hours on the phone with me trying to help me sort it out. And ultimately, he didn't help me fix it, but that's not his fault. That was just life.
Right. But it was definitely the thought that he was like, oh, dude, I got you.
Yeah, he totally was willing to spend the time, and, so I want to give him a little bit of help, love for that. So, Dave, thank you for your help. I also want to give a quick shout out to SK from Music Maker Comics. She has come through with stuff that she said she was going to send us, and I've showed you before the recording. I got 2 ashcan copies of the first 2 issues of Music Maker with signatures from her and the band that plays in the second book. So thank you to SK for those. I know yours are on the way, Rico. She sent them certified, so you should be getting it.
I first off, thank you, SK. I do, because she did this is no fault to her, but to peek behind the curtain, she did intend on sending me the first 2 issues. Because I said, to you on the show as well as privately, I was like, if I could ask for anything from her, she doesn't owe us shit, but if I could ask for anything,
sure,
I would like the issues paper format. I'm an old school type of guy.
I think you even said that to her when we did the interview.
Yeah, I said that was my only complaint about reading the comics was I'm like, I don't have that. It made me wish for a nostalgic feeling of sitting down and flipping pages.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what your copies are like, and I don't mean that in any negative way, but mine are like glossy paper. Like, these are really fucking nice. So. Oh no,
it's high quality. It's definitely high quality.
Oh, that's
paper.
right. You got the first issue, and there was a mailing problem. So the first issue.
That's the thing is she sent both out, but when I got my package, one of them was missing.
Right. I remember you telling me that.
So, I don't know who the fuck opened up the package, or if the package was, like, packaged incorrectly, because it was weird. Like, the tape was, like, on one of the slip covers. Like, it was almost like I don't know what happened. I'm not really trying to project any blame. I got kind of fucked. Like, someone stole an issue.
Basically, yeah.
So somewhere, someone's reading Music Maker that belongs to me.
Hopefully they're enjoying it, though.
I hope so. When Steph's car got broken into and they stole my bag with all the PodAskew stickers, I fucking hope they're enjoying it. I hope they're enjoying my prescription sunglasses, too. If you steal anything from me, I hope you fucking enjoy it.
Oh, good. Then can I steal some shit from you?
Huh?
Can I steal some shit from you, then?
Talent? What?
I don't know. I was just... Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. I thought you actually had a setup. So, yeah. What else? I got... So here's the thing. You know, the audience doesn't know, but when you're quarantined, you tend to do a lot of things that you've been putting off. So, like, I've got a fucking giant collection that's still growing of DVDs. That's sort of the curse of working at a video store, is to get a lot of shit for very cheap. And I'm definitely been outspoken of my more praise for VHS. I actually did watch a VHS tape last night. It was a big kind of shock because I hadn't watched anything on tape in quite a while.
What did you watch?
So, we watched Grumpy Old Men.
Oh, Deb loves that fucking movie. Shit's one of her favorites.
And I love it too. So Steph had mentioned to me, she'd asked me, like, do you have Grumpy Old Men on DVD? I said, no. She's like, do you think you have it at work? It was obviously before the quarantine.
Sure.
And I said, no, I know we don't have it because I had actually looked for it. Because I felt like, well, watching it, I felt like it's an easy thing to put on. It's a little racy, but it's just old men, being a little racy.
Yeah.
The humor. So I know we didn't have it, but I said, I know I've got both of them on VHS. And so I've been doing a lot of repacking in the garage, taking all my VHS tapes out of cardboard boxes and putting them in plastic tubs. Bigger plastic tubs than just smaller boxes. So also if they get damaged, it's less likely to get damaged, or if there's water dripping or something, not that the garage is dripping, but, and I found both of them. So I pulled them out and I said, we're going to, I know Steph will want to watch these and she'll appreciate them. So we watched Grumpy Old Men, and I couldn't help but do my fucking Walter Matthau impression just the entire time.
I thought Jack Lemmon was in that too.
Jack Lemmon it's Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau.
That's right. Okay.
And
no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Walter Matthau has I think, I don't know, I've only seen like one movie of his where he was quote unquote younger. Because unfortunately, Walter Matthau has a face that just just looks perpetually 50.
Well, he was
until he's like 70.
Wasn't he the coach in Bad News Bears?
He was, but I never saw Bad News Bears.
Neither have I, but I've seen the cover art where there's a picture of him, and he looks the same age as he does in Grumpy Old Men, and that's like 30 years apart or something. So,
I mean, I take it back. I saw Charade, but he is not being his Walter Matthau kind of, he's because Charade is the best Hitchcock film that Hitchcock didn't do, if that makes sense.
Yes. I can hear you. I mean, I'm familiar with Hitchcock and I'm familiar with the movies that he's made, but I've never seen any of them, if that makes sense.
Dude, I gotta tell you, if you ever come across the movie Charade, you need to see Charade. It is fucking great.
I'll add that to the list of like 50 movies you told me if I ever come across them.
Yeah, but this isn't like Halloween where I'm like, oh, you'll definitely love it because I love it. This is just a everyone.
No, I'm talking about like stuff like Muriel's Wedding that you told me I need to watch. So I'm not talking about Halloween.
But I mean, it's I was going to Walter Matthau. So Walter Matthau, one, was the inspiration for Homer Simpson, and I mean early Homer Simpson.
Right, before he was an idiot.
Well, when he had that kind of. Because Dan Castellaneta, who voices Homer, said he got this kind of, it was just a bad, all right, here we go. Like in the early Tracy Ullman shorts.
Yeah, it sounds very Matthau. Yeah.
It's very different than, I'm Homer Simpson. It's, all right, here we go. It's, sit down, boy. Like it's very.
Yeah, even the first couple seasons, I think, or at least the first couple episodes of the first season, if not the whole first season, is very much like that. Yeah. Even the
way he says dough
is different. Very different.
It's very different.
Yeah.
And you hear the Walter Matthau, and it's, I fucking, Walter Matthau has a face like a pug, but, and a voice to match, but he is great to watch and imitate.
Well, it's funny you bring that movie up though, because, so Deb watches a lot of, and I've talked about this before, and it's not a disparaging comment, but she watches a lot of like, 90s sitcom shows, so Everyone Loves Raymond, King of Queens, 2.5 Men is another one she watches a lot of, and
I loved 2.5 Men before Charlie, did what he did.
Yeah. Well, so right now, because she watches them on like different networks that run reruns of it. So right now they're running the Ashton Kutcher episodes. And the point of bringing it up though is there's this part where Charlie and Alan's mother is going to marry a guy played by Carl Reiner.
Carl Reiner's great.
No, he's amazing. I love Carl Reiner. But Alden, Ashton Kutcher's character, and Alan, John Cryer's character, throw him a bachelor party for this. And they invite his friends, and there's 3 guys that show up, one of whom I don't recognize. The other guys that show up are Jack Lemmon as Jack Lemmon and Frank Marshall as Frank Marshall.
Wait, I thought Jack Lemmon had died.
I'm pretty certain it's Jack Lemmon.
Really?
Yeah.
I could have sworn Jack Lemmon had died before that.
I mean, maybe, and if it's not Jack Lemmon, then I don't know who it is, but it looks like Jack Lemmon.
Huh. I don't know.
I know Matt now passed away.
I think I watched the first couple episodes of when Kutcher came on. Nothing against Kutcher. It's just, part of the appeal of watching 2.5 Men was Cryer and Sheen to get, against each other.
Lemmon died in 2001, so maybe you're right.
Yeah, because I think Charlie Sheen had his fucking meltdown in like 2013 or something.
No, it was 2008, I think.
Well, even still, you know what I'm saying.
It's after, yes, I'm aware.
Unless Jack Lemmon, maybe it was like Alan Arkin or something.
No, because he looked very Jack Lemmon and acted very Jack Lemmon. I could have sworn it was.
Maybe it was Alan Alda. Alan Alda kind of.
No, I know Alan Alda. I know who he is. I would have known that was him.
Okay, you're a MASH fan?
No, not so much a MASH fan. Deb is, so I've seen bunches of episodes of that as well. But I actually know him. I just know him from different movies like Murder at 1600 and trying to think of other movies. He's also been on a bunch of episodes of Ray Donovan. So like I've seen him on other stuff. That's
right. I forgot he was on Ray Donovan. He was good on Ray Donovan.
He was really good on. There's nothing. I actually said this to Deb one day. There's nothing I've seen Alan Alda in that I didn't like. I've not liked his character because he's played some real like prick like characters.
Oh, yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I didn't like Alan Alda playing the role. It was just
sure.
That actually makes you like him more because he played such a prick and played it the way he's supposed to.
Absolutely, I love actors that you can hate their character but love their acting. Like, I mean, I've talked about it, but best example is Johnny Depp as Whitey Bulger. Like,
right.
And I bring that up because I was going on like a Johnny Depp mob movie kick recently, where some of them I've talked about, and wanted to show Steph, and Steph and we watched Johnny Brasco, which in that movie, Johnny Depp plays an FBI agent who infiltrates the mafia.
Like undercover. Okay.
Like, and it's based on a true story. Like,
right.
there was a real live guy named
I knew that.
Joe Pistone, who went under the alias Donnie Brasco and got to the point where he was almost made. That's how like in he was.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. And he wanted to, but the FBI pulled him out. And then he made Public Enemies, where he plays John Dillinger.
I think we have that. We have that or Black Mass. Isn't he in Black Mass?
Yeah, he plays Whitey Bulger.
Yeah, we either have Black Ass or Black Ass.
You
that's a whole different movie.
I don't know Johnny Depp being in Black Ass. I don't think his career has slumped that low yet.
No. But anyway, we have one of those movies. I forget which one. We got it for free, so I just haven't watched it yet.
Public Enemies is the Prohibition gangster one where he
plays
John Dillinger.
That's the one I want to see, honestly. So
it's Christian Bale plays the FBI agent who takes him down. So, and then Black Mass, he plays a criminal who works with he becomes an informant for the FBI. Right. Now, the whole point is that I brought up is that you really fucking hate Whitey Bulger in the film because he is a motherfucker. And it's Johnny Depp like you've never, ever seen him. He is cruel. He is diabolical. And we know Johnny Depp is one of the fucking nicest guys in Hollywood.
Well, yeah. Yeah. There have been some stories, and I'm not just talking about Amber Heard, though.
He's got that reputation of like, oh, a celebrity fucked up a hotel room. It's Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But we also said positive things about him when we did the episode about James Lipton, because that's one of the best inside the actor studios I think I've seen, is the one with Johnny Depp.
Right. And you look at him and he's clearly shy, you know.
Yeah. And he'll be coming up again soon anyway, because like you mentioned, we're doing that Harry Potter deep dive soon, and
right.
He'll be coming
Which
up
sort of
that.
started the whole thing, because I was like, I need a break from Harry Potter. I don't want to go right into Fantastic Beasts after watching 8 fucking Harry Potter films. So let's find something filler. And I'm like, oh, well, fuck, Donnie Brasco. It's sort of it's still sort of connected because Johnny's in it. So fuck it.
Yeah, but by that same regard, you could watch Yoga Hosers.
Yeah, no.
I actually like Yoga Hosers, but
I know you do. I like one part of Yoga Hosers.
Yeah. See, but you probably, I mean, without getting into a whole conversation about it, 'cause I don't know if I want to go into that tonight, but I think you like Tusk better than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tusk, I still have my criticisms of Tusk, but it is just a fucked up movie. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know how it'll pan out, but I want to see this fucked up movie.
Yeah, and it's a fucked up movie, that's for sure.
And it's still, there's parts the parts that I don't like are
of Tusk or Yoga Hosers?
Of Tusk. Are there's this really long fucking monologue by the woman in it, the girlfriend of Justin Long's character.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember her name, but I know who you're talking about, yeah.
And nothing against her acting and nothing really against Smith's writing, because, we both know I'm a big fan of Smith as a dialogue writer, and that's one of the things he can excel at is his dialogue. But I think it was just such a out of place part where she's delivering this monologue and the camera's just slowly zooming in on her.
Yeah, I remember.
And it just took me out of the film.
See, you know what I mean, without doing a Tusk deep dive, if I was to guess, I think he just got into such a role writing monologues for Parks that he, you know what I mean? That's probably what spawned that.
And I could say that if it was Parks delivering a monologue, it was always riveting and captivating.
Because it's Parks.
Right, but I think with her name I just remember her name, Genesis Rodriguez.
Oh yeah.
Then again, nothing against her acting because she's a talented actress.
Yeah,
and she's very good in that scene, but for some reason,
it just takes you out of the film. Yeah,
it does take you out of the film. Yeah, we are all over the fucking place.
Well, that's the idea, because I have somewhere I'm going to go way left field in a second because I wanted to talk about something I did, but All
right, what'd you do? Oh no, one more thing. I did get something else mailed to me.
What's that?
So the whole thing was I was going, when you're quarantined, you tend to do things that you've been putting off.
Sure.
And I've got 4 tubs of DVDs that we don't have any room in here, so I don't have any bookshelves to just display them, or bookcases, I mean. But my mom gave me a couple tall, skinny ones that I could kind of just shove in a corner. And so I've been kind of going through and putting up the ones that I want displayed. And I'm doing this and I'm like, it really fucks with my OCD where I have something displayed and it's part of a trilogy or a series or a franchise and I don't have them. Even if I have them all on VHS, for example, it still fucks with me. I bought it on DVD. I still feel the collection's incomplete.
That's how I feel right now about Star Wars because I'm missing Rise of Skywalker.
Exactly. So I even I have Star Wars displayed, but I left a space for when I get Rise of Skywalker because it's going to happen.
No, we're both probably going to get it. It's just this whole thing. So.
Well, I don't really my hope is I know if the video store opens, that's how I'll get it. That's how I'll get my copy and I can get it for fucking $250.
Right.
Or I could shell out and spend $30. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I want to see it again. I'm hoping Disney Plus is going to put it up soon now that it's out.
I thought it was.
No, it's not.
I thought it was.
I looked today because I wanted to watch it. Yeah.
So I was looking through, and a lot of what I was wanting was I was going on Amazon, and I don't really have that many bills to pay. I kind of paid off everything that I really need to pay.
Good.
But I'm not getting any income coming in, obviously. Yeah. But I'm waiting for unemployment to be approved or my, my tax return. I did my taxes. And so I know I've potentially got money coming back to me. I just don't know when.
Plus the stimulus.
So I was looking on Amazon. I'm still a frugal buyer. I'm going to go for, not new and brand new and sealed. I'll be I'll get like new or very good quality, but I'm going to try and find the cheapest price. And I'm looking at my collection that's fucking with me where I'm for example, I have, one of the Child's Play movies, Curse of Chucky. which is, I think, the 6th one. And I'm like, it's a pretty decent one, but it just looks lonely on a shelf by itself. Because I have the first 5 on VHS.
Yeah.
And I've got the first 5 on my PlayStation 3, like, AVI files and MP4s. So I have access to them. But it's still just that it's just one random Chucky film. So I was looking online to see how I could get the first 5. And there was a Chucky collection. And it was kind of pricey. It was like $30, but it was like $30 for all 7 films, excluding the remake.
That's actually not terrible. That's like $4 something a movie.
Right. So, and then I found another used copy that was, and the thing that was fucking with me was there's only one left in stock, and it's
I hate that
because it entices you to fucking I want to be that motherfucker. I don't even think it was one left. I think they had like a whole truckload of them, and they're just
probably.
So I got that, and I found it for like $25 or something. So, and it's really funny. The DVD package is it's the box that Chucky the doll is in, the good guy box.
I love when they do shit like that.
Right. Like, for Reservoir Dogs, they did one where it's a gasoline can.
I've seen that. Yeah.
And there's another one for the Jurassic Park trilogy where it's the gates that open up.
Too.
So I have that as well.
One of my favorites is Invader Zim.
Mm.
Did you ever watch that cartoon?
Very rarely. I was never a big fan.
Okay, I'm a big fan. So if you get the 3-season complete series, because it was only 3 seasons long,
right?
You can get it in the house that he lives in, and there's a stuffed Gurr. For those familiar with the show, he has like this companion named Gurr. So there's a stuffed Gurr in the attic, and in the main part of the house is where the movies or the discs sit. So it's kind of cool.
I have a funny story. I know you want to talk about something else completely out of left field, but I have a funny story about something to do with Invader Zim.
Okay.
I have when I was working at the video store, I had more than a couple autistic autistic or on the spectrum kids that would come in.
Sure.
And adults too. But a lot of it was kids. And there was this one kid who would, his most frequent thing that he would do was that he would, once we started selling candy, we would sell candy bars for $1 a piece, which is infinitely cheaper than anywhere else.
Oh, for sure.
Right. So he would come in with his fucking allowance and just take everything.
Oh.
Like he would get very specific. He's like, I want 3 Reese's peanut butter cups. I want 4 Kit Kat bars, and I would like 5 Milky Ways or Snickers or something.
If it's Snickers, he's got good taste. If it's Milky Way, he lost me. So.
Oh, I love the dark chocolate Milky Ways.
Yeah.
Peanuts get really stuck in my teeth, so the nougat and just the Milky Way thing, I'm a big fan of. I'll take a Milky Way over. You can have your Snickers, Drama Queen. You can have your fucking Snickers.
Drama Queen.
Well,
no, Steph laughing at me on that one. That wasn't.
No, it's those commercials for the. You see those Snickers commercials, like you're.
When you're angry.
It's sort of it'll be some people in a car, and then it'll be like a. How do I describe it? It'll be like Barbra Streisand or something,
right? And you're not the same when you're angry. It's anger,
right?
Yeah,
right. And then they give her have a Snickers. You're being
the very first one was with Betty White.
Betty White. I was thinking of someone.
Well, they've done a bunch, and they might have done one.
And then they take a bite, and then they turns out to be like a 17-year-old dude.
Yeah, there was one where it was a rap battle, and it was one guy rapping, and they flip over the other guy, and it's like Tom Jones or something, and then he takes a bite, and then he kicks back into the set like you said, 17-year-old kid, and he just flattens the guy. So
how did we get here? What was I talking about?
The kid in the candy bars at the store.
Okay, so yeah, it was an Invader Zim thing. So this same kid would ask me for Invader Zim. Every single time he would come and buy a candy bar and rent a movie, he would say, "Do you have Invader Zim?" And I would give him the same fucking answer. I'm like, "No." Like we had and I finally like, instead of me being like, "Oh, it doesn't look like it's here," it says it's, it looks like it's gone. It looks like it's it's missing. And every other week he would come in and say, "Do you have Invader Zim yet?" And I said, "No." And I finally did some like deep diving. Like I went way back in records of who previously rented it. And it was the kid. The kid had rented Invader Zim and then never returned it or lost it, forgot about it,
and wanted another copy.
And they kept asking to get it again.
That's funny. That's kind of funny.
And I told him, and his dad came in one time and I said, and his dad was present when he said, "Do you have Invader Zim?" And I said, and then when I made that discovery, I was like, no, we don't have it because somehow you already have it. And the dad was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I have an idea. How about when you give him his like candy money allowance thing that he blows all, which I appreciate. He spends $20 a week on candy, and I'm sure he's just like buys a bunch of candy and just sneaks off and just eats it before he comes home. If you just save one of those $20 bills, you could buy Invader Zim, donate it to us, rent it, and then steal that one. And then we could do this every other week. We just replace the ones you keep stealing." And so they all laughed because I was joking. And then he said, "Wait."
I was going to ask, I hope the dad laughed at that.
The kid didn't get it.
Oh,
because,
right.
Yeah. But the dad got it, and he thought it was really funny. And then he said, "Wait a minute, what candy are you talking about?" And I hadn't realized, and I just kind of like
outed him
into the bus where he's just blowing all of his fucking pocket money on candy bars. And he's like, "Are you serious?" And he's like, "Hey, go to the car." He tells this kid to go to the car. He's like, "All right, I don't want to embarrass him, but are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Like, do you see how many candy bars we have?" He's like, "Yeah, not many." I'm like, "Exactly." Please tell your kid don't tell your kid to stop buying them, because like it's really helping us. But like, yeah, dude, he's getting like 15 candy bars like a week.
Yeah.
Like, he never eats them in front of us. And I'm like, I mean, he's pretty smart then. I was like, I don't know where the fuck he's putting it. He's a skinny dude. And he's like, but it was kind of funny. I was like, I felt kind of like Donnie Brasco for a second. I was like,
well, you were talking about quarantine things and things you've been watching and whatever. And I, for whatever reason, maybe just because it popped up in my face on Netflix, but I got in the mood and I watched Solo again.
Oh, yeah? So
which
weird.
Is like,
Maxwell watched Solo for the first time, but yeah, go ahead.
Which is only like the second or maybe the third time I've seen it. Like, I haven't watched it that many times. And I gotta
I've seen it a fair bunch.
I don't think it's as bad as it gets the knock for.
I agree.
And then I actually, first off, I really enjoyed it. I still think the star of that thing is actually Danny Glover.
Oh,
it's
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover. I always get him and his dad, the first names confused.
That's not his dad. They're
Isn't
not
it?
related. No.
They're not. Oh, well, shit, I didn't know that. Anyway.
But I'll give you a little clue of how to remember his name.
Yeah.
His name is and he made this aware. Like, he said he was 25 when he discovered it, that his name, if you shorten Donald to Don, is Dong Lover.
There you go. Yeah, and
he said, I didn't realize I was 25 when I realized that. I was paying taxes and rent and shit. I realized my name is Dong Lover.
Well, and that's the thing about him. Like, he's got like a triple career thing, because he's also a rapper that goes by Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
And he's also a stand-up comedian. Like, he's done stand-up. And he's pretty fucking funny.
He's great.
Yeah.
And he was also a comedic writer.
Right. So, he can handle, I'm sure he's perfectly fine with being Don Lover.
Dong Lover.
Yeah, I know.
No, he said it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sure he's fine with that.
He was also a great comedic writer before he was on like Parks and Rec or Community or whatever the fuck, 30 Rock. He was on something. He wrote for 30 Rock.
Yeah.
And like, I think Tina Fey singles him out in one of her books. And she's like, honestly, one of the craziest hidden talents of that show was Don Glover.
But no, he did a hell of a Lando.
Absolutely.
And it actually, after watching Solo, made me go back and watch Empire again.
Empire and Return of the Jedi, or just Empire?
Just Empire. I just didn't feel like watching Return of the Jedi. It's not because I don't like it, I just wasn't in the mood. But
sure.
I think what also spawned it was I've been watching this, and I know you give me crap for this stuff, but I've been watching Lego Masters on Fox.
I don't give you crap. I would love to watch Lego Masters.
You can. You have fucking Hulu.
I know I can, but I go through so much other shit that I want to watch first. But I
actually think, because I know you're a big Lego fan, so I think you would actually like it quite a bit. And you're Will Arnett. Will Arnett? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he hosts the thing. So
yeah. Well, because he voiced Lego Batman,
right? And believe me, he doesn't let you forget that at any point during the.
Oh, he mugs the camera and says, "Because I was Lego Batman."
At least a handful of times, and one time he actually goes into Lego Batman, like he does the voice, and yeah,
it's probably not that different than his regular voice. It's
not drastically. He drops. You're the voice guy on the show, but if I was to analyze it, he drops. He
lowers the pitch. It's automatic. If you play Batman, you lower your pitch.
Yeah, and that's kind of what he does.
Unless you're George Clooney.
Yeah, unless you're George Clooney. Well, we haven't heard Pattinson yet. We'll have to see. Which, by the way, and we'll talk about it when we get into the Harry Potter movies, but I didn't remember that he was in one of them.
Oh, the Goblet of Fire. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I'm a little concerned about Batman. But that's beside the point.
Oh, I strongly disagree. I thought because here's the thing, you haven't read the books.
No, but wait a minute. There's nothing it's not about his acting or his portrayal of that character from Goblet of Fire. It's literally, I got a really good look at his facial structure, and I'm afraid it's going to look terrible in the cowl.
Well, have you seen the pictures?
I've seen the one of him on the bat bike, and it seemed too far away to get a good look at it.
But that's not him. That's not Pattinson. That was a stunt double.
Okay.
There's been different retouches. There was a teaser we got from the director of the new Batman movie, The Batman.
Yeah.
What's his name? The guy who did the Apes movies.
No idea.
Matt Reeves. That's the guy who's doing. So he released a teaser, and it's really fucking hard to tell because it's like it straight up looks like the intro to Daredevil. Like red backdrop, like red lighting, and like the suit looks red because of the lighting.
Right.
And it's hard to kind of tell what the fuck you're looking at. And because, both Daredevil and Batman have like sort of ear horn things on their masks. But someone took that same footage and actually lightened it and actually kind of made it look like they touched up on the quality of it. So you can actually see what he would look like in the cowl. And it works. I mean,
it does.
Okay, because the face and the cowl work. I have sort of problem with the suit itself.
Well, yeah, we can get that another day, but you had basically said in general, though, that when we talked about Batman, one of the many times we have, that the facial structure is very important to how you look in the cowl. You know what I mean? And he can't control his facial structure. He was just born that way. So I'm not even dogging on him, but like I feel like his lips protrude a little too much. I think it's going to look weird, but that's just me.
I mean, I'll say this. Him as Cedric was one of the better castings of the Harry Potter films.
No, I had no problem with his...
No,
yeah.
But I mean, I've been trying to, because I'd only seen him in that as well as him in... I mean, I saw like the first two Twilight films, just kind of like, what the fuck? There's nothing else to see in the theaters at the time.
Right.
And I was kind of curious what this phenomena that was going on that wasn't really aimed for my demographic. I was just kind of curious, like, let's see what, and I read like, I think the first two books, I think I read the first three books and I said, all right, that's enough. I can't do anymore.
Sure.
And then, I mean, he's fine in the roles, and he's a great actor, and I'm not going to criticize.
No, and we deep dove all that when we talked about the announcement. So I'm just saying from that one moment, I was a little concerned. We'll see what happens. I'm still going in with an open mind. But I
saw the movie The Lighthouse, and we talked about it, and I was like, okay, that motherfucker can act.
No,
like, I don't understand what the fuck was going on in the movie, but he can fucking act the shit out of it.
And same with and we'll get into it when we do the Harry Potter movies, but like I agree with you. Like he did a fine job in that role in Harry Potter. I thought he did a great job. I had no issue with his acting. I literally was going from a visual and the conversation we had about facial structure in the cow. But all right, listen, I think we need to wrap this up. I want to thank our audience for sitting through this test run, because that's essentially what this is. I know it's not a typical PodAskew episode. I appreciate you letting us kind of just go all over the place and ramble and test sounds and variousness. So, but we will be back next week with a proper, if you will, PodAskew episode. So we'll be excited to bring you that. So
I don't know what to say for the last words apart from everything you just said. Ditto.
CJ here with a few thank yous and to let you know how you can get in touch with and follow the show and us. Listen to us on the Apple Podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, or anywhere else you find your podcasts. Please don't forget to rate and comment. PodAskew is a member of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Visit their website, bigheadsmedia.com, and follow them on Twitter @BigHeadsMedia. If you want to agree with or yell at us, follow Rico, me, and the show on Twitter. The show is @PodAskew, Rico is @RantsRico, and I'm @M_Blade. We want to thank logo designer and show friend Mike for his work on our wonderful logo. You can contact him for artwork via email at logomike80@gmail.com. That's logomike80@gmail.com. Thank you to Samuel Lemons for all original music on the show, especially our theme music. You can find Sam on Twitter @SamuelLemons, all one word, and his music on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Samuel-Lemons. Finally, our biggest thank you is to you, everyone, for listening. Rico and I really appreciate your time and look forward to bringing you another episode soon. Hey, Rico? I got nothing, man.
Damn it! PodAskew.